Hello, it's April. Welcome to your February 1st to February 14th energy update in Akashic Records Rant. My name is April, as you guys know. I'm an Akashic Records reader and intuition teacher, and it's so valuable to learn how to live a spirit-led life, to learn how to incorporate developing your intuitive abilities and incorporating that into the rational mind to make decisions and lifestyle choices that are meant for you as a soul to live down here on earth and the way that you are meant to. If this is something that intrigues you, go ahead and go to my description below. It's $11.11 a month to join my intuitive membership. We meet live every Thursday night, and I teach intuition development and lifestyle. It's pretty fun. We have a cool group. I love you guys. You know who you are. All right, let's go ahead and tune into February 1st here. What is going on February 1st? The first thing that I got was delay, setback, and joy. Delay, setback, and joy. And it's interesting, I have kind of like this, as I'm tuning into the entity of February 1st, it has this kind of smug energy, and also I'm feeling a little sarcasm or dryness. What does this energy feel like on February 1st? A lot of the reasons why you're going to see a lot of people kind of be reserved or quiet or kind of just tuning into themselves and not, going out in the world and expressing themselves and doing all that, it's kind of a defense mechanism. Kind of just like I want to call my energy back to me. A lot of the things I've been doing in my life don't necessarily fulfill me, and I just need to pause for a second, not move forward, but just pause and really reflect on what I want. And what this is going to do is raise people's vibration, actually. So just taking some time to yourself and taking and soaking up this energy is going to allow you to raise your vibration and attract exactly what you need in this lifetime. Let me go ahead and go to the collective higher self here. I'm also getting that little snooty kind of it felt like a Frenchman, February the 1st felt like this kind of snooty Frenchman. That feels almost a little bit better than everybody else. It's kind of and this is not a bad thing. For some of you are I feel like I've done all of this work and I feel like my environment is not reflecting it. So I'm going to step back, raise my vibration, and start to see if there's new connections, new opportunities. So if you are one of those people that are pulling back, you are in total alignment on February 1st. All right, let's go ahead and go to February 2nd. What's going on February 2nd? Groundhog's Day. What's going on February 2nd, Groundhog's Day? A lot of you are having visions of the future. You're considering all your options, you're envisioning. So this feels like a really nice manifestation day, meditating, calling in things that you want. But I'm also going to just explain here that the less that you have preferences about what you want and ask, God, the Akashic Records, or your soul, what do we need in this life without preferences, you're going to notice that life is easier, more fun, more enjoyable than the life where the mind is trying to create something solo. So once you start to get messages about how the soul wants to live down here, then, go ahead and put in a little bit of droplets of, maybe we could have a little bit of this, but I don't really care if I do or not. Approaching manifestation in that way, it really truly creates a life that is just so much fun and enjoyable, and it requires less efforting, and it's a lot more fun. So what else is going on here? February 2nd, Sunday. What's going on February 2nd, Sunday? I feel like people are a little bit more relaxed that day. There's more flow. There's more just even going for a walk and feeling in flow. Still reserved, not really going out and socializing. Let me go ahead and go to the Akashic Records. My Akashic Records. What do we need to focus on February 2nd as a collective? I got that, this is a building phase, but it's also important to embrace the chaos. Like if you have any chaos going on in your life right now, it's important for you to rise above it, see the big picture, see why it's actually happening, see the spiritual meaning behind it, and have acceptance around it. Know that it's going to be okay. All right, what are we not aware of this day? So collectively, a lot of people are experiencing kind of a poverty mindset. This is, I just want to say, it's almost like a test. It's almost like a challenge. You can have a little bit of those thoughts, but it's important to catch yourself. And just recognize it as, this is what my past was. I see it. I'm aware of it, but I know everything is going to be okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and go to February 3rd. February 3rd. What's going on February 3rd? Okay, so the first thing that I saw was this leprechaun jumping down this rainbow, and he was having a ton of fun. What does this represent? When you trust, when you know all is well, the fun begins. So it feels like February 3rd, people are starting to get this like life adventure, or this sense of adventure, or feeling like life is beginning, or the new life is beginning. Energetically, if you will. What's going on here? This may create energetic actions where you're like, okay, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to create this new life. I have all these ideas. This is what I'm doing. And there is a lot of focus in this arena. It's important to not overthink it. Like some of you might get into all these different ideas and there might be a little bit of overthinking. This may include people or not include people. And so it's important for you to not reject somebody in your life based off of you. It feels like it's very easy to change ideas around this time. Don't make any hasty decisions or like permanent decisions February 3rd, but enjoy the creative flow, enjoy the creative process. Sometimes creativity is just sitting with your thoughts and allowing the imagery or the feelings to subside and seeing what remains. What are we not aware of on February 3rd? A lot of the hardships that some of you are experiencing is the blessing. And I know that sometimes when we're in the thick of it, or when something is happening that's uncomfortable, we wouldn't view it as a blessing. But I'm getting that what you're going through is bringing you into, it's chiseling you into this resilient person, this resilient soul that starts to see the qualities that you develop through this hardship. And it also brings you into surrender from fear. It helps to relinquish fear. It's almost like all these little hardships that happened last year help to smooth you out to where things that used to affect you no longer affect you. So it's, February 3rd has a little bit of a mixture energy. Everything feels really buzzy that day and it all feels really positive. But because there's so many thought processes, thinking can sometimes put you into overthinking, into that frequency. And when you are in the frequency of overthinking, you may start to have some of these thoughts that you used to have around hardships. It's kind of like you're cycling in back a little bit of these thought processes. So what do we need to focus on February 3rd? Have fun. Like, how the best way to get out of your head is to have fun. Fun and laughter. Do the small, simple things that bring you joy, those little pleasures in life. And that is going to help ground you on February 3rd, because it is a big energy that day. There is a lot of forward moving energy, and it might create a little hastiness, if you will, or just kind of all over the place. Oh, all right, let's go ahead and go into February 4th. What's going on February 4th, Tuesday? What's going on February 4th, Tuesday? Everything's on time. Everything's divine. Everything's on time. What does this represent? And they're showing me the sun setting. And they wanted to let you know that the sunset, even though very, very far, far away, that sun is moving fast. We are seeing it move really slow in the sky. And the more that you focus on how fast and slow something is going is missing the point. Knowing that no matter what, the sun is setting, the sun is moving. And know that somewhere else, far, far away, or maybe even right here, that your blessings are happening rapidly. It's only the human condition that believes something is going so slow, because the human can only perceive so much. Woo! Damn. All right. What's going on February 4th? It's all coming in. It's all coming in. And all you need to focus on is giving and receiving. Like, pay attention to your energy and feel into, am I in any sort of lack? Am I feeling heavy? Am I feeling dense? Am I giving as much as I'm receiving? Am I seeing where I'm unconditionally loving in these scenarios? Am I unconditionally loving in all aspects of my life, including towards myself? And the more that you focus on that on February 4th, everything's going to work out. A lot of you are being activated that day. So there's a lot of spiritual wisdom and spiritual discernment I'm feeling. We're not aware of. There's creativity, there's flow. So unlike February 3rd, there starts to be a lot more grounding on February 4th and a lot of spiritual wisdom coming in. A sense of self, a sense of knowing, a sense of trust. There's only, and for some people in the collective, there's a sense of pessimism, like, why hasn't it come yet? And for those, it's just divine timing. I thought someone was coming at my door here. I'm also getting that, okay, this is interesting. I'm getting that some people experience a lot of highs and lows in the last couple of months, even like a year. That when there's these really high days like February 3rd, Monday, there can be a sense of a low on the 4th. And some people misinterpret the actual grounding process as being a low. But it is actually just information grounding into your body. All right. Let's go ahead and go to February 5th, Wednesday. What's going on February 5th, Wednesday? Wednesday, February 5th. I got jumping on a trampoline. Why are we jumping on a trampoline? To see what's over the fence. Someone's cheating. Okay, what is over the fence? Okay, so some of you some of you are going to get to see a little bit of what's coming in into your life on February 5th, Wednesday. It's like a little peek. It's a little hello. And for those who are having fun and enjoying their life and having a good time to the best of their ability and flowing with what's happening in the world right now and not dwelling or doom scrolling or anything like that, or stressed out, you're getting a peek. You're getting a, hey, this is what's possible. Also, it's people who are getting a peek. The people who have been doing the same thing for a really long time and they know they shouldn't be doing the same thing anymore, they're going to get a hello. They're going to get a little peek. So have that in mind. It's really clear that day. Some great intuitive messages February 5th can come in for you. And I got that this is an integration day. So you may have noticed last week and the week before, there was a lot of like spiritual awakening energy. There may have been times where it wasn't really like, oh, I don't feel like I need to tune in today. There might have been heavy days, light days, but it was kind of all over the place. February 5th, Wednesday, feels like an integration day. Like everything is coming in, the bigger picture is being seen, and we are harmonizing. There's a sense of balance, and we're moving away. We're moving away from the old era. We are stepping into this new skin, this new version, and it does require, the funny thing about a new era is it's important for us to have a childlike essence or a childlike joy to attract our life that is coming into this new era. I got this day feels very stoic, connected, and direct. So you might notice that your messages are very stoic, calm, direct. You might even notice that people are calm and stoic that day. There's not a lot of like crazy emotions happening. Woo, there we go. This might be a great time to have a conversation with a partner if you had an argument. Or, anybody that you needed to clear some space, clear the air. This is a good day to have that conversation. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and go to February 6th, Thursday. What's going on February 6th, Thursday? The ball dropped. Okay, what does that represent? I got anointed frequency. I'm like, okay. So it feels like we are going through another collective spiritual awakening. You are going to notice this is a spiritual evolution. There are going to be so many people coming online. We're becoming increasingly more sensitive and aware of what is happening around us on an energetic and frequency. That people are just, they're waking up. This is a big wake up day. The ball dropped. It feels like a lot of truths are coming out. Exposing lies, exposing things that are not necessarily an integrity. This is a time where greed is going to look like a poopy diaper. Like it's going to smell bad. It feels off-putting. And, this is the collective is recognizing it. It's not just the intuitives anymore, because the collective is becoming intuitive as a whole. We can feel and sense things that we couldn't feel and sense a few years ago. But Thursday, the 6th, it feels like exposure, truth, the ball is dropped, and spiritual awakening, sensitivities, exposure. I keep getting exposure, okay? A reason why this spiritual awakening is happening for the collective, it's we're building the foundation of the next few generations. It starts now. So, because I keep getting, building a legacy. Manifestation, creativity. I got the Magician. It's important to fearlessly take action on intuitive messages and hunches this day, and to not feel insecure about the decisions you make based off of your hunches. I was just getting that. And for some of you, tapping into some of your choices that you're making with partnership, with career, it's important to follow your gut. The rational mind wants to scream and say, this makes sense, this fits here. But your intuition is softly in the background saying, hey, this is the way. So this, once again, it feels, Thursday, February 6th, feels so big. And the truth is in divinity. We have been living in the rational mind for so long, and it's good to use the rational mind, but we have neglected our divinity for way too long. And you might notice that the truth is in the divine, it's in the intuition. The constructs of this world are breaking down. So what the brain is used to is no longer a stable environment. So that's why trusting your hunches is so imperative, like on the 6th and moving forward, really. Oh, all right. Let's go to February 7th, Friday. I'm like, am I going to make it to the 14th here? Let's see. What's happening? What's happening February 7th, Friday? I'm so thankful that we're stepping into such a more open time. Friday feels open. It feels celebratory. It feels intuitive. It feels like people are trusting themselves, trusting their gut. A lot of people have been through so much crap that it just feels good to move out of this exhaustion and step into this patient, focused, intuitive, mysterious, and just trusting the higher powers of the universe. This is a collective shift, which I'm really excited about and thankful for. So Friday overall just feels good. And it is a day of reflecting on how far you've come. And I'm getting, people are having a lot of peace of mind around the decisions they make and they choose. And it's just forward moving. It's like dusting your hands off, moving forward. There's no time to look back on the past and feel some way like a victim or some betrayal or that, oh my God. It's like we don't have time to look at that. The reason why there were struggles, whether they were internal or external, was you needed to be in a new skin. You needed to be a new version of yourself. And it's such a blessing. And I'm just feeling this sense of on February the 7th, Friday. So I love that. Makes me happy. And I'm also seeing, I asked, what does February 7th entity look like that day? And there's just this young girl that's just happy. This little 5-year-old, licking a lollipop, just being this is life, I'm happy. So it's a good day. I'm loving that day. I'm excited for that day. What are we not aware of on Friday the 7th, February? Friday the 7th? It's just same energy. I just pulled. All right, let's go ahead and see what's going on February 8th. What's going on February 8th? I was seeing kind of like someone brewing up a stew. And I got adding more ingredients. We're not done yet. Okay. It's important for us to know that we're co-creating with spirit. A lot of us are waking up to the fact that we need to live a spirit-led life in order to be happy. It's important for our family and our friendships and our connections to be spirit-led. And if they're not, find the little spaces that they are. It's learning to work with what you have and find ways to make it just a little bit more spiritual. And I'm going to use an example. My mother and I, she has a very different belief system than I do. But I speak in the language of a Southern Baptist to share my insights that I get with my spirituality so we can have a connection. So we can have a spirit-led connection. And I didn't know how to do that at first, but that's just an example. It's like bring in the spirit-led in essence in any way that you can in your relationships. I also got for some people on February 8th, it's going to feel like a drag. And the reason why it's going to feel like a drag is, with spiritual expansion and awakenings, it's not always pretty. Like, we got to release a lot of things. Some old thoughts come back up, some old wounds. But I'm getting that people are getting over them pretty quickly. Like, what used to take 5 years to resolve, it takes only a day in the subconscious to clear. And a lot of the reasons is we're getting a lot of support on the other side. We really are. We're getting a lot of support to level up, to be at a higher frequency as a collective, as a species. Because our frequency matters. Our frequency is going to change and cascade in all aspects, all corners of the universe. There are other places in the universe that are affecting our frequency. And we are coming into such a higher, just a way different experience than we've ever perceived as humans, that it can be uncomfortable sometimes. But for those who are adjusting their energy body to the frequencies, which means like if you know how to do Reiki, if you know how to meditate, if you know how to raise your vibration and lower it and raise it, you can actually flow with these waves real effortlessly. That's why I like to teach people how to do Reiki. And I do have an online course if you want to take that Reiki course. It's Reiki 1 through Master. We also have Reiki Share coming up in the Intuitive membership. But Reiki is a great way to learn how to clear your energy and how to raise and lower your frequency and to call in healings and activations that really help to with the energy. What's going on February 8th? I want to know more. What are we not aware of February 8th? Oh, 2 cards. The people that are going to have a hard time, some of them are just inflexible. They have an idea of how things should be. But the people that are leading from the heart and flowing with this energy, they're going to feel a lot of like feeling rewarded, feeling that everything's coming in and everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. Feeling more confident, more than ever. Okay, February 9th. What's going on February 9th, Sunday? is happening with the energy on February 9th, Sunday. Trusting forward momentum. I saw a woman on a trapeze, and then she was letting go of the trapeze and having complete faith that the other trapeze artist was catching her. You have to trust. In order to move forward authentically, you have to trust. I'm getting manage your time. Like, give yourself more spaciousness in your day. Give yourself more time to be able to breathe and relax. I got take light action on Sunday. Feels like a flowy day. Feels like a big white light day. A lot of expansion that day. High frequencies coming in. You know, it's funny. Every time there's a white light frequency, pow! It's like the world doesn't know what to do with it. They're like, what is happening? And there's like that one guy that's meditating, be like, oh my God, I feel amazing. And everyone's like, I don't know, the world's ending. You know, as there's this beautiful white light, there's just this like, I don't know, yeah. Five of Pentacles, feeling like left in the cold, worry, poverty mindset. You know, I'm also seeing like when you look at this card, your eyes go to the coins, but you're not looking at the essence of where everything came from, like nature. Nature's in the background of this card. And it's like, don't focus on the structures of society. Don't focus on all these things that are just stressing everyone out. Focus on the essence of all of creation. What brought us here? Where are these high frequencies coming from? Are we utilizing them to our fullest potential right now? And we're being asked to meditate a lot that day. Meditate, meditate, meditate. And get extremely centered. The more that you center and ground, the more you get to enjoy these frequencies. Allow yourself to breathe with it, to be with it. And this is a type of day where I'm like, I don't even want to pull tarot because everyone's just, you think they have to work harder. Like the collective, like, oh my God. So I don't even want to read that. It doesn't feel good to me. What I feel like is most important is meditate your ass off that day. All right. What's going on February 10th, Monday? Got mission complete. I've been feeling less inclined to do tarot lately. So let me go ahead and get an oracle here. So I'm noticing that February 10th feels complete. It feels kind of hollow. I'm seeing like a couple of grumpy people. Some sleepy heads. Might feel like you have a spiritual hangover that day. All is divine. This is a great day to reflect, to nourish yourself, and to be okay with being in the unknown. How you treat the unknown, like Monday the 10th is one of those days where you don't like, wow, I don't know what's coming next. I don't know where I stand. How you treat the unknown is how the unknown is going to treat you. For instance, let's say that you're sitting in the abyss on the 10th and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do. I'm so busy. I don't know what to... I think I should do that. I think I should... Well, what's going to happen is you're co-creating with the abyss, with the universe. And all of these things are going to present themselves to you. They come from the mind, the human. And The human doesn't know how to sit in the abyss. So if you take action on those things that are going to show up later on in your life, you might have to play out a karmic cycle that wasn't, I guess it was necessary because it's a human desire, but how you can treat the unknown to live more in a spirit-led life, a soul expression life, is to say thank you for not letting me know what's next. I'm so appreciative. I know that when I'm in the unknown, everything and anything is possible, and a life bigger than I could ever imagine is showing up. And the reason why sometimes we don't get to see what's coming next is it ruins the frequency of a better life to come in. So once again, sitting in non-preference in the unknown is going to create a much better life for you than spinning out in the unknown. So this just feels like one of those days where it's like kind of groggy. You know, some of you might, there's some people out there that might feel like this is depression energy. It's just a cycle. All is well, all is well. I'm just saying, like, I keep getting like, just be optimistic and trust yourself. Trust the universe. All right. You know what? I'm going to stop at February 10th. So that's where I'm like, okay, that's enough for me, because I feel like that was a lot of energy. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful February 1st through the 10th, and I love you. Have an amazing next 10 days. Bye.